Welcome everyone back to the channel. Now I'm going to show something that's really devastating and a brilliant tactic is fishing to like features like aerators and far bank cover and stuff like that. So here at Weston today I'm on peg 13 on Belvedere. Now what we're going to do is have a little fish up towards the aerator right in the middle, just fish for maggots so we get some bites hopefully, and hopefully we catch a few fish. Now I've just run through my little setup. I've got 9 jaw slip for a short kit, 050 mainline, 4x12 F1 maggot and just a strung bulk number 10s down to 6 inches pre-tied SFL 18s. So dead simple stuff. I haven't got much light left, so I'm going to get on with the fishing. So what I'm going to do, just start off double maggot and just feed about 10 to 15 just to see. I have primed it when I got here, so I got in, set my gear up, just give it a little feed, and then we primed it, so hopefully some fish sitting there. But they are really good areas to target, so little kinder pot on and just be nice and smooth with it. Well, I'm fishing on a right angle, so because we're fishing on sort of an angle, I've got my side foot plate on today now, which helps massive. So that we're going to go to the end there on the sections, whack it on straight into the side foot plate. Now we're going to glide it into a peg there. So tap my bait in just about 6 inches off the water, and all I'm going to do is lay my rig out and hold it where I've just literally plonked them maggots in, so that we've got the 4x12 on, so it nice slow fall into the peg. So with this side foot plate, it just keeps it dead stable and we can fish nice and accurate. Massive when you're fishing on angles, don't know what that is. Good sign, bite first shot. Ship it on an angle here so it's not too awkward. Oh, little F1. So, nice little start, little stocky F1. There. Not a bad little start. But they're like little hidey holes for fish. Now, in the springtime, this end of the lake is normally unbelievable. Like, the fish come up here in the springtime and you catch some stupid weights in the early spring. Big F1s sort of up here, but there is some resident fish like some carp, some barbel, some chub, little F1s, some big F1s, so hopefully we can get amongst a few of them. So I've got quite a bit of a long lash, so what I'm going to do is pull my back shot down so it's about 6 inches away so I can control my rig nice and easy. Get to my mark there. Same again, tap some bait in. Lower it down. Now because I've got my back shot a bit closer now, I can hold on to it. Straight away, that was on the drop then. Just another little stocky. Yeah, a blonde one. It's a blonde little stocky, this one. Nice and pale. Not a bad size. Say, like if you're in a match scenario, this could be like you sort of like line where you go on last hour, or you're priming, or if you fish pleasure fishing, just a simple. I'm out the wind today, there's a bit of ripple down there. You're out the wind, nice little cosy corner, not too harsh with the elements, you're not quite open, so it'll be a nice little area to fish. And just because they're narrow just because they're so narrow and stuff, they still hold fish, and especially at this sort of time of year where the water's going to be warming up slowly. Not yet, but the days are getting longer, the fishing generally gets a little bit better now. It's not sort of like your January, December times, early February. that can be really cold, but slowly as it goes on, you're going to get late Feb, middle of Feb, end of March, and hopefully the weather picks up, and so does the fishing. And these little corners, ooh, went on the drop again, these little corners can be where the fish want to hide and go to, because they've got shallower water than the other parts of the lake. You see, you can catch loads of fish. Now you may think, well, where do I fish when, say, you're faced with like a little corner peg like this? Where do you fish? It can be quite confusing. Do you go down to the right there where it's quite narrow, or do you fish to the middle of the aerator, or do you go 30 metres into the back of that bay? Now, I generally think if you can just give yourself the biggest area where the fish can come from. So what I mean by this is, if you can give you a nice area where the fish can come, a real big general area to come in and feed, then you're going to catch a lot more fish than, say, going into a tight corner. Because if they get a bit spooky, the fish, they may not want to come into that corner. But if you give them a nice little area right by the aerator, so it's a bit of cover above their heads, you'll generally catch a lot more fish than, say, going into that corner there. So feeding a little bit more bait now, laying my rig on top. So there is an odd barbel in this peg, there's an odd some big F1s hopefully. Do feel like we're going to get, oh, that was on and off, that one. Just check my maggot. Thing you do, always just give it a little check, just to see. Yeah, it's alright. I'm going to lay that back out. There's a bit of rubbish in the water there. Just holding on to it. But like I say, there's actually a pallet behind the area as well, so that is a massive holding spot for fish. So if they want to get out of the way or get into some cover, that's where them fish are going to go. And as you can see, a fair few fish about. Only stockies at the minute, but getting an elastic pole, getting some bites just as it's going dark. But see, you can't moan at that. A nice sized fish. Look at them there, nice sized fish, and brand new and shiny. But these are like the sort of little areas you want to target when coming to lakes. Like when it's starting to warm up slightly, that's winter to spring sort of element. These little corners, we've got all these little bits of cover. Nice big aerator there. Pallet right behind the aerator. It's perfect for holding fish. And when the fish want to feed, it can be a brilliant area to catch them. So, let's say we'll just keep catching them. It's all about. Tap my bait in. Pull that rig straight over that where that bait's fell in or gone in. Watch that float. It's been quite good at the minute. We've gone straight in, caught some fish straight away. There's a sign there. And caught a twig. How does that happen? That was actually a really nice bite. I've caught a twig, so get out of the way. I'm not going to feed again, I'm just going to drop it in. So there, we're like sort of like in the middle of where the fish can want to sit. So we haven't pushed over to the far bank straight away. Oh, that one's come off. We haven't pushed over to the far bank. You're just sitting on nice and pretty on this bit. Like I say, these areas are brilliant to catch fish, and as you can see, I know we're going to be catching some stocky F1s, but at least we're getting some bites. That's what I like is all about this time of year, really. Need to feed there, I don't know what that was. So I'm just going to come back, feed again. Don't know, get a bit longer and you start to get liners or catch loads more fish. You could either cat your bait or even get a shallow rig out, but we've only got, say, 30-40 minutes fishing, something like that, left before that light goes, so just wanted to show how deadly these areas are, especially like places like here at Weston where the fish want to hide and get out of the way and cover. Now they've probably been left alone down this end all winter. Now it's getting a little bit warmer, there's a few more fish wanting to feed. These areas can be really good. You can see we're getting a lot of bites, which is all about just enjoyment and catching fish. That's what this one is. Stocky F1, a bit bigger. Yeah, the blonde one, a little bit bigger again. You can't moan at catching them. For a little afternoon, look at that. Beautiful. On the drop he's had that as well. So maybe we could even get away with a 4x10 there. A little bit lighter. But for now we just got a 4x14. No, 4x12, sorry. Catching. But one advantage of this, say when I'm going past, say 1 o'clock, anything else from 1 o'clock that way towards the bank is going to be a nightmare if I don't want to be leaning back and put my finger on the stacker. But with my side foot plate, I can just get dead comfy, and I'm getting nice and solid now. So when I'm nice and solid, I can lay my rig in, I can hold onto it tight, which is important. If I was moving around now, so is my float. So if I just hold it there, because I'm nice and solid on the side foot plate, see that little indication there? Rig's going to settle any minute and it's going to get a nice dink on the float. Getting a few signs there. So there's one now. Oh, that feels a better one actually. But see that there? Just because I'm all solid, and just spin back around, put your feet on the other one. Now, I think one of the massive advantages of this, of the side foot plate, is actually you're not too bothered about fishing that way now. I was a bit reluctant to fish to my right because it was such a pain in the backside, being awkward and fishing in awkward angles. But I think we got a big F1 on here, which is brilliant, and it just makes it so much easier. Yeah, look at that one, look at that. That's what I mean. These things are going to hide. Oh, just get a hook out of him. These things, look at that. Oh, try and get him. Got a little mark on him there. These things are going to hide under little things, going to get out of the way of people, but when it starts to warm up, these are what you're going to catch in there. So nice 2 and a bit pound F1. Perfect, really. Just that clunk when you hook them, that's one of my favourite things about fishing. But see, you might have missed that if you weren't solid and your rig was moving around and jerking around. But with that foot plate, I thought at first, when I first got it, I thought, nah, it won't make a massive difference. But after speaking to a few Preston lads, and they said, no, give it a try, it's actually changed fishing. You're not really that bothered. You can fish it longer lengths down your edges, and which in theory in your matches is going to put you more fish in the net. But even if you're pleasure fishing, you're going to have a nice comfortable day, and it's the last thing you want to do is go home and have a really bad back or sore from fishing down there, or you lose a fish because you weren't in the settled position or you didn't get many bites. But see that now, pole's nice and still, rig's nice and still, indications there. That's a stocky, I think, that's gone mental. But best thing about them paddler sort of aerators is you can get underneath them, but there's no really poles locking that in. It's locked on that pallet there, so if it did shoot under, I won't be too bothered. But see, nice F1 now, another stocky, literally a bite of chuck on that line. And what more can you ask for when you're fishing? So double maggot again. Just filling a little cad pot up, nice and simple. But like I say, get to a mark now, spin round, feed some bait in the area we're catching them. Put that rig in a bit different this time, just try and get down to the bottom a little bit quicker, see what's on the bottom. We're catching a lot of fish on the drop. That's the beauty of that, a carbon float. You can do a bit of both. You can just drop it down if you feel like it, like hold it there, like just a float length out the water, hold it so everything catches up, and then lower it down. And just see if there's anything on the bottom, because you're catching a few fish off the bottom, on the drop, sorry. Just see what's on the bottom, but a lot of fish there. Catching them, so I'll probably catch this one and then one more, but just wanted to show you how simple it can be coming on these little corners, little crafty corners to catch some fish. When the weather's starting to change a little bit, you can get loads of bites if you're in on a pleasure session, or you're getting out with your matches and you draw this peg and you think, oh, it's quite narrow here, what should I really do? You can, if you leave this line for say like last 2 hours or so, you can get some feeding fish in them areas where they're actually sitting, where they live, get a few more bites. So it was just fill it up last time, catch one more, and we'll sign off. So just a nice short little fishing snippet. I'm actually going to flick that out and hold it all the way, and you'll see. Probably just get my foot plate now, nice and solid. Hold it there in position. So rig's arcing over, you see, bite on the drop straight away. So little process there of doing it. Do it right, get you nice and comfortable in position. And you can catch a fish straight away. A nice little stocky to end on. Little blonde one as well. So, nice little blonde one to end on. So if you got a venue near you, it's got a little corner where it's got some features and stuff, get in there, get fishing a few maggots, nice and easy, a few hours, catch loads of fish. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you see, don't forget to give the video a like and a comment below. But if you're looking for something to improve your fishing a little bit more, or really enjoy watching live matches, or learning about new methods, or just general real in-depth match reports, don't forget to check out my members channel in the description below.